A company with an annual GMV of 100 million said it's shutting down, and really shut down. It was thriving last year, but now it seems quite bleak. This is a friend's company, specializing in women's clothing. The owner started with Taobao, earned tens of millions, and then bought this entire floor, including warehouses, customer service, logistics, and design departments. There are still tens of millions worth of goods in the warehouse. Let me show you. Normally, dresses that sell for over 100 or 200 are now all processed at 10 yuan each, some even as low as 5 yuan. The reason the boss couldn't continue is because the product return rate is just too high. The warehouse is still filled with a massive inventory, so they can only shut down in disappointment.
Recently, the e-commerce industry in China is experiencing a wave of closures. These e-commerce businesses, already compressed by the low-price trend promoted by various platforms last year, are now closing one after another. Recently, major shopping platforms have also imitated e-commerce giant Pinduoduo by introducing the refund-only feature, starting another nightmare for businesses. Refund-only means users can get a refund without returning the goods, an after-sales mechanism first introduced by Pinduoduo in 2021. Pinduoduo claimed that the intention behind implementing this rule was to enhance user experience, promote ordering, conduct survival of the fittest among businesses, and increase profits for businesses through increased order volume, offsetting after-sales costs, forming a positive cycle. However, in the process of implementation, it has become a tool for many unscrupulous buyers to cheat, engaging in zero-cost purchases and causing considerable distress to platform merchants. Many dishonest buyers have identified vulnerabilities in the platform. After placing orders, they request a refund only with various false reasons. Unlike returns and refunds, when a buyer applies for refund only on the platform makes the judgment and initiates a refund for the user. Mistakes in judgment are inevitable, especially when dealing with intentional cheaters. However, there is a certain time lag between logistics operations and platform systems. After a buyer applies for a refund only, most sellers cannot intercept the transportation of goods. Some goods have already been delivered to the buyer. As a result, businesses end up with empty hands, suffering losses. On January 5th, a video posted by an online platform merchant in Wuhan City, Hubei, claimed that a woman purchased goods worth 1,800 yuan and requested refund only, but then immediately went to pick up the delivery. According to the staff, the woman has requested refund only for over 1,000 items. The merchant has reported to the police and filed a complaint with the Taobao platform, hoping to severely punish such behavior. The video shows a woman in purple clothes and a mask who called a large truck to the entrance to pick up the goods, essentially spending no money and zero cost purchasing a truckload of items. Let's see how she did it.
This woman ordered 4 products online, worth 1,800 yuan. After placing the order, she instructed the merchant to pack the 4 products separately, planning to exploit the situation. When she saw the package had arrived at the delivery site, she applied for a refund. To enhance user experience, the platform directly refunded her. After the refund, she actually took away 3 items but rejected 1 item while applying for a refund only for all 4 items. Essentially, she obtained 3 items for free, worth over 1,000 yuan. The merchant appealed to the platform but was unsuccessful. The platform has inadvertently recruited a group of scammers who exploit and cause losses to the merchants. Normal people would not engage in such unethical activities.
Although refund only has many problems, it is due to the implementation of this policy, coupled with the invincible low-price strategy, that Pinduoduo has attracted more traffic. In the past 3 years, its performance has grown rapidly, even having the potential to take the leading position in China's e-commerce. So this is considered one of Pinduoduo's secret weapons when competing with other e-commerce platforms. As is well known, Pinduoduo initially thrived on what is known as the 5-ring outskirts users, primarily users with limited spending power in rural areas. 2018 marked a turning point for Pinduoduo's user base growth, with data from QuestMobi that year indicating that low education, 45 years and older, and women, housewives, were key Pinduoduo users. This demographic generally had access to the internet later, and did not have as much online shopping experience as users in first-tier cities. Many of them began online shopping intensively only after the emergence of Pinduoduo. In many after-sales disputes, they often play the role of vulnerable consumers. So Pinduoduo implemented the refund-only feature, efficiently helping these users in processing returns and significantly increasing its user base. However, after the implementation of this feature, the phenomenon of merchants being left with empty hands became prevalent, leading to resistance and even retaliation from merchants. Last year, Pinduoduo experienced the sensational store bombing incident. It is reported that since March 28, 2023, dozens of stores on the Pinduoduo platform have been targeted by a large number of unidentified individuals coordinating store bombing activities. They first concentrated on a large number of malicious orders, then quickly canceled orders, almost destroying the stores, while also verbally abusing customer service personnel. Some brands had to temporarily close for self-protection to avoid further losses. According to messages filtered from the seller's side, this store bombing against Pinduoduo was a concentrated venting of dissatisfaction with Pinduoduo's refund-only service, reflecting merchants' discontent with the platform's rules over the years. Some merchants believe that Pinduoduo's platform rules favor consumers, leading to unfair penalties for merchants in disputes with consumers. So some small and medium-sized brands on the platform organized this action, targeting the main stores favored by Pinduoduo and other popular stores and products. This organized and premeditated malicious behavior has had a significant impact on the normal operation of sellers on the e-commerce platform, putting Pinduoduo at the forefront of public debate. However, Pinduoduo still retains this service, stating that the platform will never yield to any online dark forces and will continue to stand firmly with the vast number of merchants on the side of consumers. After this move, Pinduoduo has won more customers. According to Pinduoduo's financial data, including measures and mechanisms such as refund only, its recent revenue growth and profits far exceed the industry's average growth rate. Data shows that in terms of user information, as early as the end of 2021, Pinduoduo's active buyer count reached 869 million, closely competing with Alibaba's 979 million China market consumer data, and far exceeding JD.com's active purchasing user count of 570 million at that time. Since then, the three e-commerce giants no longer disclose buyer data to the public, but Taobao and JD.com have felt the pressure. This pressure further intensified when Pinduoduo's market value exceeded Alibaba at the end of November 2023. Alibaba and JD.com need to make further changes to retain users after following the low-price strategy and continuing to pour billions more into its operation strategy. Therefore, against the backdrop of fierce competition among major giants, from the competitive dimension, Pinduoduo's operations are emulated by other platforms. So, at the end of last year, Taobao and JD.com followed suit and introduced the refund-only feature. Later, in January 2024, Kuaishou also joined the refund-only team. Another emerging e-commerce platform, Douyin, which is the Chinese TikTok, had already introduced the refund-only as early as September 21, 2023. Many people use questioning Pinduoduo, understanding Pinduoduo, becoming Pinduoduo to describe the strategic adjustments of these platforms. However, some people believe that this is a typical case of Gresham's law. Bad money drives out the good.
It's unbearable. To make matters worse, the announcement just trended. Taobao also supports refund only. JD.com also supports refund only. Pinduoduo is really a troublemaker. One person has harmed an entire city. The cost of refund only will be passed on to ordinary consumers. Merchants will inevitably raise prices to cope with the expenses of these refund-only incidents. If all departments ignore this, products will only become worse over time. As consumers, thinking you've gained an advantage, in reality the products are getting lower in quality, and the market environment has become nauseating. It's just inflating prices, and products are becoming worse. In the end, every industry becomes sluggish. Ordinary people can't earn money, and even if it's cheaper, you can't afford it. The overall economy of society has been severely impacted. What the platform really needs to do is protect intellectual property, safeguard innovation, and fundamentally eliminate low-quality and low-price practices.
Therefore, many sellers have expressed dissatisfaction with this after-sales system on the platform.
Regarding the refund-only matter, I'm no longer angry now. I feel quite sad, especially since many customers have started forming teams for mass refunds. Even the experience of getting a refund can now be turned into a study course to exploit users. Think about how deep the impact is. So now I feel that refund-only is not just infuriating, but truly sad. It's a national tragedy. If this trend continues, and everyone understands how to exploit refund-only without any policy to suppress it, I believe the entire e-commerce chain, the entire ecosystem of the e-commerce industry, will definitely be disrupted and head towards an extreme.
Another aspect that makes merchants unhappy is that the platform's judgment criteria for refund only are too vague, often leading to misjudgments. They claim to use big data models for judgment, but big data, in the end, is still a black box operation. Angry sellers even conclude, what standards do they have? I think they actually have no standards. They just mindlessly side with buyers.
After New Year's, the sales of down jackets plummeted. You see, during the live streams, they sell hundreds of millions, and then after the live streams, 85 get refunded. China's refund-only policy is only worsening the already deteriorating e-commerce environment. All platforms are full of freeloaders. Now, Pinduoduo and Taobao sellers are suffering. Buyers are criticizing. Some feel the quality is poor, while others think the profit is too low. But malicious competition among sellers and the constant back and forth between buyers and sellers. Perhaps the platform's initial idea was that if the product is not good, they would refund it. But what is the actual result? I believe the platform knows in their hearts. Is your actual policy consistent with the one you claim to have? Why are there so many professional freeloaders now? Every day, it's all about exploiting, buying things without spending money. If I were them, I'd do the same. Purchase products online, sell offline without spending money, and can open a free market. Who should really support refund only? If you truly want to improve the consumer experience, the real candidate for refund only should be real estate. Many people buy houses and don't receive the goods. Why not initiate a refund?
A merchant who acts as a Taobao purchasing agent has recently encountered a refund-only situation. According to her,
at first, the buyer complained that I was not shipping due to out of stock. After we shipped, she applied for a refund only. We complained to 4 different customer service representatives, Taobao service one after another, and each gave us different suggestions.
Some representatives concluded that the customer had no issues and insisted that she should ship according to the buyer's request. Others suggested that she should file a complaint about the customer or negotiate privately. She complained,
the platform's rules are unclear. How are we sellers supposed to handle such situations?
In fact, with a decrease in consumerism, operating the physical economy is already very difficult. Since the pandemic in 2020, there has been a wave of closures of physical stores one after another. Many physical stores have opened e-commerce services to maintain operations. But now, with the economy in a downturn, e-commerce competition is also intense. The refund-only services on various platforms now seem like adding insult to injury, making it even more challenging for them.
This New Year's is really funny. It sent our entire clothing industry down the hills. Before New Year's, we could still make some sales, and we thought we could sell winter clothes for another month after New Year's. With the weather getting colder again, winter clothes would still be in demand. But the results were the complete opposite. After New Year's, we couldn't sell a single piece of winter clothing. In the past few days, chatting with many wholesale stores, many owners are more anxious because they've stocked up a lot. Actually, everyone. Don't be too anxious. Let me show you how much inventory we have. In our showroom alone, I have tens of thousands of down jackets, and the local down jackets here have high purchase prices. You know that, right? Many are directly from recently closed down wholesalers. They are purchased at wholesale prices, almost reaching 100 or just over 100 yuan, which is quite expensive. Including our showroom, which is over 2,000 square meters. We've stocked up a lot of down jackets. So everyone, keep a positive mindset. Now it's 1:42 in the afternoon. Today is Saturday. Let's see if there are people in the shopping mall. There's no one in the entire mall. Can you do business in such a situation?
A buyer returned a brick instead of the product for a refund. I am really speechless. After opening the package and finding a brick, we immediately recorded a video with the courier for evidence and returned the package. Then I went to ask the courier if it's reasonable to return a brick. The courier was also very firm, asking me to find their supervisor. Since the courier said that, there's nothing more to say. I directly complained to the courier headquarters. On the customer's end, I rejected her refund request directly after the evidence. Even after rejecting it, the buyer still refused to admit it, claiming that we were slandering her. She is quite sly. Since she didn't admit it, we just present the evidence. As soon as the buyer saw the evidence, she quickly withdrew the request. But the matter is not over yet because I complained to the express delivery headquarters here, and it seems they also contacted the platform. I don't know what they said, but it looks like they are in a hurry. As for Pinduoduo, everyone knows that on this platform, if there's a disagreement, they fine you straight away. Nowadays, dealing with Pinduoduo is like engaging in a daily mind battle with customers.
Regarding the refund-only services initiated by various platforms, objectively speaking, it can have a certain positive effect on the quality of sellers' products and their honesty. After all, these e-commerce platforms are filled with a large number of counterfeit and low-quality goods. So some people believe that the refund-only post-sales service has an enhancing effect on user experience, user loyalty, and the increase in repurchase rates. At the same time, it helps the platform improve the business ecosystem, acting as a deterrent to counterfeit and substandard sellers and retaining more high-quality merchants. This is beneficial for the platform in attracting consumers. However, for pressured sellers, the feelings of brand stores and small to medium-sized individual sellers are like night and day. The product warehousing system, service system, legal consultation, and more of brand sellers are relatively complete and standardized, so they are less affected. On the other hand, smaller merchants with small manpower and basic systems face the greatest impact. A small merchant on the Taobao platform expressed distress about the news of Taobao and JD.com following the refund-only trend. He explained that previously, on Tmall and JD.com, when users applied for refund-only, merchants could refuse. Then, both the merchant and the consumer would provide evidence, and the platform would make a fair judgment, which he considered relatively fair. But now, Taobao and JD.com are following Pinduoduo in bypassing the merchant's ability to reject refund-only. And he believes this trend is not about optimizing services but increasing opportunities for users to exploit loopholes, more like a helpless move in the e-commerce chaotic competition. Many merchants express that, on one hand, all platforms are currently competing on low prices. Those who sell at lower prices get more traffic. Coupled with various platform fees and the increasing cost of advertising, merchant profits are being squeezed. Now, they also have to bear the various costs brought about by refund-only, increasing their pressure. On the other hand, they are worried that the users exploiting loopholes will disrupt market order. Sellers are forced to raise product prices to compensate for losses, and refund-only may not achieve industry mutual benefits. Moreover, after refund-only, opportunistic merchants may become more brazen. Buyers who want to purchase high-quality products may face higher costs. Even selling normal products may result in refund-only, and unscrupulous merchants may choose to mix genuine and fake products to control profits. The essence of retail is to provide users with better products at lower prices and better services. At least for now, relying on refund-only may not necessarily achieve this goal. Some industry insiders analyze that refund-only is a manifestation of the competition among platforms, also reflecting that the anxiety of e-commerce giants has reached a critical point.